Oh, this is a nice one right here, you guys. Y'all like this one? And if I don't get to all these questions, make sure you guys continue to drop the comments, because what I'm going to do is when I come back and record again, I can actually have my assistant get all of those questions, and I can make a video for you guys, so that when I make that video, I can tag you in it so you guys can see, you know, I answered it for you. But just continue to drop the questions, and I'll make sure I get to those. And if you guys are watching a replay too, let me say that if you guys are watching a replay of this, drop your questions there too, because I like to go on there and see what questions are there, especially if I'm like, dang, what to talk about today? I can go always through the comments and I'll see those different questions. And a lot of people know I'm good at making videos for others. So definitely make sure you guys drop them down below. This is a good one. Whew. Now, when it comes down to which credit card is best to pay off first, I always tell people to pay the credit card with the highest interest rate. Now, if you guys have major debt, maybe you want to look into Dave Ramsey's system, because he do something called the debt snowball, where you guys will pay off your smallest debt. And as you pay off your smallest debt, as soon as that's paid off, you're going to take whatever you're paying towards your smallest debt, and you're going to add that to your next smallest debt, and then you're going to keep doing that same thing. When you pay that one off, all the money you was taking for your first one and your second debt that you were paying off, both of those, you'll put all that into the third, and so on until you're going to use all the money you were technically paying to pay off your last debt, and then you're going to be completely out of debt. Now, that's one way you can look at it. Now, if you guys are just trying to pay off debt to raise your credit score, that is a different answer. So if you guys are trying to pay off debt to raise your credit score, then you guys are going to want to look at the date that is going to report to the credit bureaus. So say if today is the 4th, right? So today is the 4th. You guys may have a lot of credit cards out there, one on the 18th, another one on 20th, other one on the 22nd. We will want to make sure we pay the one that's soonest to us. So that will be on the 18th. We'll want to pay whatever credit card that is on the 18th. Then we want to pay the next credit card on the 20th. And then we'll want to pay the next credit card on the 22nd. Now, this where it can kind of get tricky. If you guys, say if your credit card is due in 2 days, some people will just say, oh, I can't pay anything on that credit card. What I try to tell people to do, and it's not always good to do it, you guys, but what I tell people to do is take all of your money that you have and pay off that credit card, the money that you're going to use on your regular bills anyway. So say if you was going to pay your phone bill anyway, and since you ain't want to use your credit card, you were going to use your debit card, then after you take that money, take whatever you was going to use on that credit card, put that on your phone bill, put that into your credit card, pay your credit card with that. And then when it's time to you to pay your phone, then you'll use your credit card to pay your phone. Now, keep this in mind, you guys. You only want to do this because it's going to depend on your statement day. Now, say if, yeah, it's the 4th right now, right? Let's say it's the 4th. If you guys got a credit card that's due on the 6th, and it's usually if it's due on the 6th, we can kind of think around the 9th or the 10th is the statement date, and that's when your statement balance is going to come out. So if you guys have a credit card that's due on the 6th, then you want to make sure that you do not have to use that credit card until the statement day, like the day that the statement is coming out. Because if you use your credit card earlier, then they want to report, you know, the extra amount into your balance, and it kind of didn't help anything. Hopefully this is not too confusing to you guys, but if you guys just make sure you pay the credit card that's going to be reporting soonest, basically, then you guys are going to see a greater increase to your credit score. This is a good one right here, you guys. This is really good. So your credit card was probably declined because you had insufficient funds. Now, if you guys have insufficient funds, I mean, you don't have enough money on that credit card in terms of your limit for that credit card transaction to go through. Sometimes it can be declined due to fraud too. Now, if it is possibly due to fraud, or maybe they're just trying to protect you, make sure you guys call your credit card company right away. Or sometimes you'll see that they text you, like Navy Federal is good with this. They'll text you and say, hey, look like we have fraud on your account. Can you please verify this transaction? So it can be declined because of that. Now, when they actually text you, y'all want to make sure that when they text you, you want to make sure that you text them back right away, or you get that fraud alert or whatever it is on your account. Make sure you get that off, because sometimes you may think, oh, I'm not going to do it, I'm going to do it later, or whatever the case may be for your situation. If you guys wait, they can possibly have your account completely on hold for the fraud. Or maybe sometimes it could have been something that they caught, maybe use a new company, or maybe it could be a possibly fraudulent transaction, and you guys want to do something right away. So make sure you just call them right away if your card is declined, to see why. But a lot of times you can look in your account and first look and see if the balance. I'll see if you have a limit, like, do I got enough in there first? And then if you look in there, you see that your credit limit is really low, and you're trying to use $100 and you don't have $100 in your credit limit, then most likely it's declined because of that. Sometimes too, the cash register, whatever you're using, will tell you is declined because maybe they'll say the billing zip code is incorrect. It's declined because insufficient funds, but they'll definitely let you know why it's declined. This is a good one, you guys. And this is why I say 5%. Y'all should listen to me when I say don't spend more than 5%. Credit card debt is bad because it's actually tearing away from the money that you can have in your future. Instead of you investing what you're paying on your credit card interest, you could be paying that, instead of paying that into your future, buying stocks, buying things that you can invest, you're actually paying that in interest, and that company is taking that money and actually investing into their future. So that's why I think credit card debt is bad. And sometimes you guys get into credit card debt, you're going to find that it's going to be very, very hard to get out of it, because if you got credit card debt, you got certain spending habits that you need to stop. So just try not to overspend on your credit cards. I always try to tell people, again, don't spend more than 5% on your credit cards. If you guys are spending more than 5% of your credit cards, then to me, you have a higher risk of being in credit card debt. But God forbid something like that happen. But that is why credit card debt is bad. And some of your credit cards, you're going to see that you may have a 27% interest rate on it, 20% interest rate on those credit cards. You can't get those rates investing. So yes, I tell you, like, oh, you could invest it this, you could invest it that. But think about it like this too. If you invest in it trying to get, 12%, 10%, they getting 29%. Like, they winning. So don't let them win, you guys. Don't let them beat you. Make sure you guys are paying your full statement balance by your due date, or making sure that you guys do not charge anything on your credit card unless you can pay it off. If you guys just have that basic thing, you guys are definitely going to be winning. This is a very, very good question. So there's multiple reasons why your credit card application is denied. Maybe you have a very low credit score based off some negative accounts. Maybe you got collections, bankruptcy, public records on your credit reports, and they denied you because of that. Maybe you using too much money on your credit cards too. They'll say, hey, you using too much money on your credit cards. And some credit cards like Chase, they'll say, hey, you have too many inquiries, because they have their 524 rule. They don't want you to have more than 5 credit cards in the last 24 months. So those are multiple reasons why your credit card application was denied. Now, if your credit card application was denied, then they're supposed to contact you. They can email it to you. Sometimes they'll show you right then and there why they denied you, but they'll give you actual reasons. Like, literally, it'll say, hey, when we pulled your credit reports, we got your credit reports from TransUnion, Equifax, Experian. They'll tell you, and this is the credit score that you had. Then they'll also tell you that these are the reasons why we denied you. You had too many recent accounts. You have a large number of inquiries on your credit reports, too much recent debt. You have negative accounts or credit reports. They'll tell you exactly why you got denied, but all you have to do is look at those different reasons, fix those reasons, and then come back and try to see if you can get credit that way. But usually they'll send you something in the mail, or they'll email you, and then they'll tell you those reasons. But just fix those reasons, and then you guys can possibly get approved for that same credit card. Just because they denied you don't mean that you can't go back and apply for it. I usually tell people, probably wait about 6 months, sometimes a year after you fix whatever the problems is, and go back and apply for it. Sometimes I tell people it's just because your credit score low. I have the 60 points in 60 days, increase your credit score, and then you can go back, once you see your credit score go up 40 points, 50 points, 60 points, you can go back and try to get that credit card, but try to get a credit card that can pre-qualify you, because at least they can say yes or no on whether or not they can pre-qualify you. But just because you guys get pre-qualified don't mean that they're going to actually give you that credit card. It's literally a pre-qualification. I don't know why we would want to ask why. I don't know if that was a good question, to ask, like, why. No, it don't matter. It don't matter. Like, just thank you. Just thank you. So usually your credit limit is increased when you actually make more money. So if you guys start making more money, you're going to see that the credit card companies will naturally increase your credit score. Sometimes you have credit cards that's going to graduate, it's secure, and when they graduate, it may go from $200 to $2,000, like maybe federal. So these are the reasons why your credit card limit is increased. Now, you guys, if you don't just see your credit card limit get increased, you can actually ask for an increase. So don't feel shy about asking for increases. I know some people that never ask for an increase, but sometimes you can ask for an increase right in the app. So whatever credit card you have, most likely they have an app, you can ask for an increase right in the app, and they'll be able to let you know yes or no whether they can give you a credit card. Some credit card companies will not give you a hard inquiry if they let you know, but then they do have some credit card companies out there that will give you a hard inquiry. So keep that in mind. Yes, this is a good one. Yes, credit card companies can remove any late fees that you have. If you guys want a credit card company to remove your late fees, you can write them a letter, but I just tell people to simply call them and ask them to remove their late payments. If you call and they say that they can't remove it, I will say call back again. Try a few times to see if you can get somebody else to change it and say, hey, I really need these fees reimbursed. Can you guys reimburse these fees? And so I don't have these fees anymore. Sometimes if you guys have like a card, you guys can actually do this with your card too. So if you guys have a card and you're going to be late, if you guys never been late on this account, most likely they're going to give you back your late fee. They're going to remove those late fees. Now, something that's going to be harder to remove though, you guys, is if you guys are more than 60 days late, that late payment that you have, but they can remove that late payment too. All you have to do is send them a letter. I'm asking them to remove that late payment. I mean, not the late payment, but remove the credit reporting on that, and they can most likely remove it. But sometimes they're going to say, no, we don't do things like that. We have to put exactly what's on your credit reports. So you can still try to see if other ways you can remove that late payment. I mean, not the late payment, but the late payment is actually reported. You reported 30 days late, so I guess we can't say that. But to remove that late mark off your credit reports. And look, here's another one too, you guys. So credit card companies can remove your late payments, but usually they're going to say that they're not going to remove it. They're going to say we have to report something accurately, but some people email the CEOs and ask them, they beg them, can you please remove this from my credit reports? I'm trying to buy a house. I'm trying to get a car. I just want to do a hurricane, whatever you want to tell them. But the CEO sometimes will remove it. I suggest you guys writing a letter to the company and actually just calling them over the phone to see if they can remove it. Now, this is going to be a hit or miss. Sometimes they'll say, hey, I removed the late payment, but I can't remove anything from your credit reports. The late fee, should I say, but they cannot remove the late payment. So, you guys have to take whatever they're going to tell you with something like that. I always tell people to try to always make sure you have auto payment set up, auto pay, so that you don't have to worry about having these late fees. Because if they're reporting you 30 days late, that is hurting your credit score so much, and it's hurting your chances of getting more credit. So I always tell people how to auto pay set up, and you don't have to worry about anything like this. Oh, this is similar to one of the other questions that's out there. I need to get a hair tie for my hair. Yes, you guys. They will. Yes, credit card companies will definitely sue you. Midland Credit Management loves suing people. Midland Funding, Portfolio Recovery, they love to sue people. They even got in trouble for suing people where it was past the statute of limitations. That means that companies usually only have a certain amount of time to sue you. They'll sue people after that time. So definitely they will sue you. If you guys see that you have been sued, though, you guys, make sure you reach out to an attorney, try to figure out if there's some way that they violated you so that you can get it settled, or maybe they can go after that company so that you don't have to pay them at all. There's different options out there, you guys. But usually credit card companies, if they're going to sue you, they'll let you know that they're going to sue you. If you want to stop this process, usually they got to try to reach out to you before they can actually sue you. So they have to send you a letter. They got to try to contact you. And then after they contact you, make sure you guys send them a letter. So when you guys send them a letter, I have that letter. Let me see if I don't think I have it pulled up right away that I can show you. But if you guys were to send them a letter asking them to validate the debt, then they're going to have to send you all the information about the debt before they can actually try to sue you. So I always tell people to go that route, because that's going to stop it most likely from going on your credit reports, and then that can slow them down from actually suing you, because they have to give you all the information on the debt before they can actually try to pursue to sue you. If credit card companies actually sue you guys, try to get all the information that they have on their debt. Just don't go to court and say, yep, it's me, or don't even not do anything either. Ask them for the information that's on the debt. Now, I'm not an attorney. You want to talk to an attorney. I already said that. But ask for the information on the debt before, you just go ahead and just say forget it, and let them garnish you, or you paying judgments, or you selling it in and out. But they definitely will sue you. This is a good one. Credit card companies will most likely settle with you. So all you have to do is just call them and ask them if they are willing to settle out the debt. Do not say that the debt is yours, but if you want to definitely settle a debt out, then you can definitely call them. I know a company like Portfolio Recovery, they'll usually accept 50%, 60% of what you owe, and when you pay them, they'll delete the account from your credit reports if it's on your credit reports, and you already paid 40% less than what you owe to the original company. So yes, they would definitely settle with you guys. If you guys have a settlement with them, make sure you guys get that settlement in writing. Try to make sure it's over the phone. You record that phone conversation, because sometimes companies will not do what they say they're going to do. Now, if you guys want to settle, yes, settle for less. But you always want to see too, yes, I want to settle it out, but can you delete it from my credit reports too? Some people don't ask that. Like, if I pay you, can you delete my credit reports? If you guys get them to agree to remove from your credit reports, make sure you get that in writing. So if they don't do it, you can go back and attack them because they breached the contract. So make sure you guys do these different things and try to settle. You can also mail them a letter to ask them to settle, but you can also give them a call too. You can, if you know you want to sell out the debt, like you about to buy a house, they told you got to pay the debt anyway, call them and just sell it out, because you got to pay it anyway for you to get the house or get whatever you're trying to get. So just call them and try to see if they can settle, because you want to get it done right away. Some companies will say yes, they can settle. Like I was doing something for my aunt. They said they can settle with her. I'm like, okay, good. And I think the debt, I don't know, I don't want to lie how much this debt was, but I know it was about 50%. It was about 50% that they settled for. And she just paid that, and they said they want to remove it from her credit reports also. So I was like, okay, good. And and it wasn't that much that she had to pay. So imagine if she would have just tried to kept fighting to try to remove from her credit reports. She probably would have paid more, or just wasted a lot of time doing it that way. If it's a small debt, try to see if you can pay it and get off your credit reports. Don't have to worry about them selling it to another company, because it's going to save you so much time. You're not going to have that much of a headache. You're just going to get it done and get it all over with. Will credit card debt go away? That is a good one. You guys definitely have some good questions. And if I don't get a chance to go through your questions, I'm going to make sure I double back, because I am getting a little tired from all the questions that I'm answering. So I'll make sure I answer them next time. I always still, no matter, I don't know how many videos I make, you guys, I still get nervous like coming and talking in front of the camera. I don't know. But then sometimes too, like I start to remember you guys or get a reaction. Or maybe you guys like, say different things. It's just how you guys engage with me. Maybe that'll loosen me up some. But usually I'm just so nervous to come on here, and I'm just like, okay, let's hurry up and get off of here. But definitely I have a few more I want to answer. But if for some reason I don't get to your question, just know I'm going to answer your question. I'm going to make you a video about it. I'll make sure I tag you. I'm going to, now if it's a question that I don't think, like, put some stars or somebody. If I don't think it's that good, or I don't like, or something I already talked about before, or something I just don't think it's a question, then I may miss it. And if I miss it, just re-ask the question. Do not comment to that same one. Just re-ask it again on another video, or because when I look at comments, all my comments come in from the one that was the latest comment that I actually got. I don't see comments like how you guys may think. So look right here, you guys. Like, this is my phone. Can you guys see it? These are the comments, and these are the comments that I haven't responded to, but it's 10 minutes ago, 11 minutes ago, 14 minutes ago, an hour ago. If you guys probably messaged me a day ago, and until I get through these, you guys, I'm not going to see it. So if you guys have a question, go ahead and ask that question more than once in like different videos. And then I'll make sure I get to it. And then I'll make sure I tag that video. Once I make the video, if I already made a video for it, then I'll make sure I answer it. I'll make sure I give it to you. So credit card debt normally is not going to go away. Now, I kind of think of credit card debt kind of going away if it's past the statute of limitations. Now, I seen somebody's credit report, and I realized that the statute of limitations in California makes you guys, because I was an attorney, but the statute of limitations in California is 4 years. So if you guys had debt from 2018 is 2022. So now that debt is probably, if you stay in California, they're no longer able to actually sue you on that debt. So I kind of think of that debt as kind of going away, because you don't have to worry about them actually suing you, garnishing your check, or anything like that. Now, technically, it don't go away. It's out there. It's still in there that you owe. If it's the original company, they can still continue to call you about that debt, try to check on you about that debt. But if it's a collection company, they have, if you tell them to stop contacting you, they have to stop contacting you. And then also, if you tell them to stop contacting you, at that time, a lot of companies may try to go and just sue you, but they got to make sure that they're not outside the statute of limitations. But look at the statute of limitations in your state to figure out, will your debt kind of go away? But other than that, debt is usually not going to go away. Try to see if it's some way that you can settle it out. And if you guys settle it out, you don't have to worry about each company selling it to each other. You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about these companies just popping up on your credit report. You have to worry about those different things. So it's not going to go away, but you can definitely do something about it. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. You can definitely go over the limit on your credit card. Think about it like this. If you guys had a credit card for $1,000, if you guys were to use $995, you only have $5 available. If they, not if, when they charge you interest on that credit card, if they charge you $20, now you're going to be $15 over the limit. So definitely you can go over the limit on your credit cards. Now it's best that you guys, like if your credit card is over the limits, it's best that you guys get those credit cards down, because if they're over the limit, then you guys are going to see your credit score is going to drop more than most people. When your credit card is over the limit, it's like they ding you so many different times, because it's like they just feel like you're not, you know, where you should be in terms of credit. You should not be going over the limit on your credit cards. That means you have a lot of overspending, and credit card companies will not want to give you another credit card, because they're going to think that you're just going to use up their credit card and not pay them back. So try not to go over the limit. Make sure you guys are paying off your credit cards so that you guys don't have this problem. And make sure you guys are not using that much debt too. You're not getting that much debt. Ooh, this is a good one. This is a good one. So there's a few credit cards that you can use immediately. So you got the American Express credit card, the Blue Cash preferred card, you can use that immediately. If you guys have an Amazon credit card, you can use that immediately. Also the upgrade credit card, you can use that immediately. Some credit cards will actually allow you to use your credit card immediately too, if you have it attached to like your Apple Pay. If you guys have it attached to Apple Pay, then you guys can be able to use your credit card immediately once you get approved for it. Now, a lot of credit cards out there usually is not going to allow you to use your credit card immediately. You'll have to wait to it actually comes in the mail. But I like the Amazon, because you can use that right away for whatever you're purchasing. That upgrade, you guys will be able to use that right away. Let me see a few of them. If you guys have the Apple card, you guys can be able to use your Apple card right away, because you're going to have it in Apple Pay. That's what I like to use. When I'm using my credit cards, I like to use my digital wallet. And the digital wallet, you guys, y'all better be in the future now. Like the digital wallet is going to be very serious, because when it come down to the digital wallet, that's when we're going to see everything just where, you know how you're not using, a lot of people not using cash like they used to. We went to like our cards. We're going to get to the point where we're not even using cards, you guys. Everything is going to be on our phone. So that's why I really want to make sure everybody. Oh, that is crazy. I tapped it in it. Actually vibrated. I don't know what that meant. Maybe no, I couldn't have pressed the button. But that's why I want everybody to clean up their names, because if you guys have things on your name, when we go to the point where it's completely digital, I'm just afraid that we're not going to be able to clean those things up no more. You know, now it's to the point where, yeah, if you got something on your credit reports, you can possibly get that removed from your credit reports. But once these different things get in on the blockchain, like it's stuck there. It's up somewhere and it's stuck. Like you're not going to be able to get those different things out. So make sure you guys, let's make sure that we're learning about credit and we're not messing up our names, because we may already have stuff on the blockchain and we don't know, like this is low. We don't know, they could have already been doing that. And I'm going to do some more research on that and see what information is already out there that you can't change. Like I remember I had to do something where I had to verify my face, take a picture of my ID. Like I don't know if they put that in some type of blockchain where it's permanent, but I gave my face, and the point that I gave my face, like, is that you're gonna use that as my ID now, or um it's different. So make sure you guys stay on top of technology. Make sure your name is clean. I can't stress that enough. I can't stress that enough. Ooh, this is a good one. Let me see if I can find it. Can you withdraw cash? Yes, you can withdraw cash, and you can actually withdraw cash at the ATM, or sometimes you guys can go places that do cash advances, and you can get cash off of your credit cards there. I do not suggest you guys do this because they're going to charge you so much money and interest, and on top of them charge you the money and interest, they charge you right away, but they're actually going to charge you a fee. Like, I'm looking at the fee right now for Discover. They're charging $10 or 5%, whichever one is greater. So say if you were to take out, $100, you automatically paying $10. So you're paying 10% already. Like, it's just too much. If you guys ever need to take money off of your credit card in terms of a cash advance, you shouldn't be doing it. Like, you shouldn't be having a credit card. Like, that's serious. I never took money out in terms of a cash advance. I never did that because I just knew it wasn't good. I just knew it wasn't good. Let me see. I have my light in a way, so I can't really see all the questions. Here we go. Yes, you can actually transfer credit. Yes, you can actually transfer the balance on a credit card, and this is called a balance transfer. So, say if you got a Capital One credit card, if you guys go ahead and apply for a Discover credit card, Discover will allow you to do a balance transfer where you can transfer the balance from your Capital One credit card onto your Discover credit card. A lot of companies do this. Sometimes they charge a balance transfer fee. It's not all the time they're gonna charge you guys a balance transfer fee, but make sure you guys check. Now, I actually have the Discover here, so I want to show you guys this one so that you guys can see about that balance transfer. So you can see right here where it says the 0% intro APR for 15 months on purchases and balance transfers. Oh my gosh, why am I talking like that? Transfers. That means that if you guys have a $10,000 balance you want to get transferred on to this credit card, they're going to charge you a 3% fee on that $10,000, but you guys will have 0% APR for 15 months. So I really like that you guys have that option to have that 0% APR, because some of these credit cards, they're going to charge you a lot in interest anyway. So if you guys were to like see the interest rate on these credit cards, you guys are going to see that they're charging you a lot anyway. So the APR on these credit cards is going to be 14.99% to 25.99%. That's how much they're charging you on interest. So say if you're getting charged that on a credit card, if you can move that balance over to like a 0% APR credit card like this one, 0% intro APR for 15 months, that can help you out a lot in terms of not paying interest. And you can save so much money by doing that. Now, this is my warning to you guys. Yes, you can transfer the balance, but if you transfer the balance on a credit card that have a 0% APR, and let me make sure I repeat that. Let me come and look at you guys. If you transfer the balance on a credit card that have a 0% APR, if you guys do not pay off that full balance, whatever you spend during that period, if you do not pay it off by the time limit, like for Discover, if they give you 15 months, then they're going to charge you that interest that you had that whole time. And sometimes people see they got an extra $600, $700 on their bill. So make sure you guys are paying off that interest. They say you got 15 months to pay it off. Try to figure out how much you have to pay per month to pay that off, because you don't want them to charge you the extra interest. So I had a few questions about like there's a few of them. What's the best credit cards for cash back? What's the best credit cards for bad credit? Then we also too have this one here, like what's the best credit card for beginners? I have a full video telling you guys already what's the best credit cards for these different things. Definitely go ahead and check these out. I even have a website that have each of these credit cards listed, so go ahead and check that out. I hope I will see you guys at my 60 points in 60 days. I definitely would love for you guys to show up so I can help you guys increase your credit score. And the goal is for us to increase it 60 points in 60 days. Everybody will have different results, but I know, looking at this one here, one person can get their credit score, and this is just one credit score, you got 3 of them, the main 3 bureaus, should I say. You have more than that, but on this one right here, this is one. If this can go up 113 points, then I know you guys have hope. Like, you guys can look at that and be like, oh, there's hope. But there are so many other people that seen an increase. So definitely, you guys check out a 5 ways to increase your credit score, 60 points in 60 days, because this is going to really change your life, you guys. And I'll see you guys there. And if you guys have any questions, don't forget to drop them down in the comments. Make sure you guys like this video. Make sure you guys subscribe. And if you guys make it to the end, I just want to know who makes it to the end of my video. Like, you guys leave like some emojis, leave like an over amount of emojis, like, or say you got this or something like that. That way I know you guys actually make it to the end. But thank you so much, you guys, for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.